My friend went to a death dinner the other day, and she told me that at the dinner they spoke about death, but not death in the physical way, death in the spiritual way, death in the way that's like many versions of ourselves die over our lifetimes. The past you, the relationships that you had that have died, the dreams that you've had that have changed, mourning and grieving things that you wish you would have pursued. And it got me thinking, let's have an episode on that. I'll see you in episode 8. Death comes to us in many forms, and it's not like you just die once, like in a physical form. It comes to us in like different ways, and like the friendships that have ended, the dreams that didn't come true, the relationships that didn't make it through, the dreams and desires that we had that we didn't pursue. And like sometimes you feel some sort of resentment because it's ended, but you have to honor that experience and know that at the time it brought you joy. At the time it was exactly what you needed. Looking back, obviously you're wiser, you're like, maybe that wasn't such a smart move, but at that time it's exactly what you needed to move on to becoming this part of you. And I've been grieving a lot of past friendships, and it's really been heavy on my heart because a lot of the times I'd be like, you know what, actually that friendship or that situation was just not good for me at all. Like there was no need for me to go through that, but there was, because at that time it's exactly what I needed. There were joys that person brought into my life. There was memories and learning opportunities and just things that you can learn about in a book, but when you experience the red flags, that's how you learn. That's how you learn. And sometimes you kind of grieve those red flags. And I'm talking about situationships. So you're like, honestly, I should have never even replied. I should never opened the message. But like, that person still brought you joy in that moment. It sucks now because obviously you went through the heartbreak, you went through the devastation, and it was like, craziness. But there's some inkling in you where it's like, I kind of missed them, but it's like, no, you shouldn't miss them. But then you don't want to make yourself feel bad for missing them, because at the end of the day, at that point in time, they did bring you joy, and it's okay to just honor that. At that point in time, they brought you joy, and now they can no longer be in your life because they don't bring you the kind of joy, the kind of experiences that you need for the life that you want to live and that you're currently living. And it's okay to just take a step back and mourn them and just be like, okay, thank you for the experience. Thank you for entering my life. Thank you for the joys that we had together. But this can't work. And it's just like, as she was talking about her experience at the death dinner, and she was just talking about like the different types of death that we go through, it just got me thinking more and more. It's like sometimes it's like it's such an obvious thing that you experience, like you're grieving a heartbreak, you're grieving a friendship break, you're grieving this stuff, but you feel bad because it's like, why should you be grieving someone that's still alive? Why are you even mourning this? And it's like, the more I push down these feelings, the more I feel a bit of resentment towards the situation, towards the experiences in the past where I wasn't in my best light. I wasn't acting in the way I was supposed to, the way I know I should be acting now, because now I'm older and wiser. But it's like, if you just honestly just appreciate the things that have come with it, the experience, the knowledge, the life that you live, even the clarity that comes to being in situations like that. Being in a messy situation clears you up to know that I never want to be in that situation. I'm not saying go and dive into mess situations. What I'm saying is that once you come out of the mess, you realize that you really had to be in the thick of it to realize that no, this is not what you want. You want better for yourself, and it's always in that muddled mess where you're like, you get that spark of clarity, like, nope, we're not doing this. And it's easier to avoid the red flags in situations that will present themselves, similar situations that present themselves, if they may come up in future, like, but obviously I feel like once you've detected the red flags, you should never introduce that energy. That energy should like be repellent of your new energy, to be like, no, I don't associate with this kind of behavior or this kind of language or this kind of experiences or activities, like, so it's just, it's so hard to articulate this, because I know we all go through this where you miss someone that's still alive, and as you know that you can't reach out to them anymore because you don't need that energy in your life anymore, and also their energies in your current life, it's not like you guys are beefing or anything. It's like the energies, they're not as compatible as they used to be, and it's completely okay and it's completely fine to let that go and know that they're good there, you're good here, everything's chill. You're sad about what happened, you're mourning that this relationship has ended, but that's okay because it has brought you joy, it's brought you light, it's brought you a great story to tell, a great history lesson in your life, and it's okay to end it there. Just reminding yourself that to be grateful for that experience, to have grace on yourself for probably acting in the ways you probably shouldn't be acting, or participating in things you shouldn't be participating in. And it just brings a sense of new life into you because that chapter has ended and a new life has begun. And the only way for a new life to begin is for you to end an old chapter. And it's this transitional period where it feels like you're being tugged and pulled from the past life, the past experiences, the people you used to hang out with, the activities you used to do, the things you used to agree to, and this new light of, I don't want to be that person. I am this person now. I am no longer that person. I am trying to become this other person that's a higher version of me, the version of me that I see in my sleep, the version of me that I dream to become, the version of me that I will be proud when I do eventually die and I'm lying on my deathbed and be like, I was the person that I wanted to be, that I chose to be, that I acted to be, that every decision I made was something that I am completely proud of, and not, oh, you could have done a little bit better. You could have acted a bit more wiser. You could have used a bit more discernment in your actions, in your decisions, in the environment that you allow yourself to be around. And this episode basically is just to convey that if you're in that chapter of your life, in that stage, in that season, where things are closing and you feel like the road is falling apart, just know that there's light at the end of the tunnel and your new life awaits you. New opportunities, new friendships. You haven't met all the people that are going to love you, and they're on the other side of that door, on the other side of that chapter. This new chapter, this new you, this calmer you, this wiser you, maybe this even louder you, because who says you have to be quiet? Like this person of you that's experiencing more joy, more happiness, and more transparency of like the inner you and the outer you. I don't want to watch like Severance, but like inner you and outer you need to become one person so that you can become your full self and you can show up as how you truly want to show up. And I encourage you to pursue going towards that light, the discomfort to push through it, that clarity that you get in those moments of messiness, realizing that, listen, this activity that I'm participating in, I don't like it. The people I'm associating myself with, I don't like it. This environment, I don't like it. That I don't like it is your sign to get out. It is your sign to say that there's a door out there with your name on it. That has opportunities on the other side, with a seat at the table of opportunity that you don't even know about yet, and a dream life that you can't even dream about yet because it's that amazing. I'll see you in the next episode.